Now, it seems like everyone is jumping on the Goldman Sachs bashing bandwagon, and it doesn't stop at China, as Sue just told us. Stock markets across the globe getting hammered, and there's no sign of help. The president's working group on financial markets was created following the 1987 stock market crash to help prevent another plunge. So where were they when we needed them this time around? Bloomberg columnist Caroline Baum says Goldman might have had something to do with the group's vanishing act. Caroline, welcome to you. So first, in your latest commentary, a little myth that no one kind of came to the rescue here with the stock's latest.
Let me differentiate between the president's working group, which is a legitimate group, the Treasury Secretary, the Fed Chairman, Chairman of the SEC, and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and what people assume is the plunge protection team, which is sort of a nefarious cabal in which Goldman figures prominently. And people, sane people point to, that gut-wrenching dive in the S&P. It was down 3.5% and it reversed higher. The PPT was in buying. And I've been a sort of regular critique of this conspiracy theorist for the simple fact that too many people would know about it. Some $30,000 a year clearing clerk is going to want to get a $2 million advance to write a book and expose how the government has been in supporting the stock market.
So what do we know? What were you able to find out? I know you trolled the websites, right, looking for these conspiracy theorists.
Very quiet. My two theories were, one, that ever since the Fed invoked the unusual and exigent circumstances clause of the Federal Reserve Act to support an array of markets and assets, that the PPT had come out of the shadows and was operating no longer sub rosa but in the open, just proving what the conspiracy theorists already believe. And two, with Goldman Sachs, sort of their wings clipped. I mean, who was going to be the man in the market?
Well, right. Let me actually back you up a little bit. Why was Goldman Sachs intertwined in all of this as the man in the market? What sort of gave you that direction to pursue your reporting?
It's because of the government Sachs connection, because people always point to Goldman, anybody making money. But the theory is so wacky. We had a terrible bear market between October 2007 and March 2009. So where was the plunge protection team?
And give us a little bit of background. What's the precedent, and who are the members who comprise the plunge protection or the President's Working Group on Financial Markets?
The President's Working Group was formed, as you said, in 1987 after the stock market crash by President Ronald Reagan.
Who should be on it today?
Ben Bernanke, Tim Geithner, the Treasury Secretary, Chairman of the SEC, and the Chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. It was a very legitimate working group that wanted to make sure that markets had enough liquidity, that things don't freeze up after something like the 87 stock market.
Now, tell me about this. You mentioned this Bilderberg Group,
yes,
with the idea that some are suggesting the goal of creating a one-world government. That sounds outrageous, Caroline.
Well, you don't associate with the right kind of people that fly black helicopters, Lori. You need to get up there and get messages through the fillings. The Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Group, the PPT. This is all part of this sort of very under the surface group that is taking us toward one world government. Of course, what I said when I finished the column is, given where we are with the public and private sector so intertwined and global governments coordinating everything, it sounds a lot less wacky than it used to.
Caroline Baum is a columnist here for Bloomberg News. Many thanks. And just a reminder, these are Caroline's own opinions.